So I know almost nothing about Inuyasha, other than what the characters look like, and that the manga was done by the legendary Rumiko Takahashi. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about being blinded by nostalgia and previous bias. So there's probably a need for a review for this series from someone like me, so let's get to it. But before I go on, there is one thing I need to address before we start, as we are already going in with a controversy. So the main characters are the daughter of the demon Sesshomaru and the human Rin, a couple that is quite controversial from what I've seen, as Rin met Sesshomaru as a child, and her ending up with him after the series can be seen as child grooming, which is a big no-no. There's also the age difference discourse, but I'm not hitting that beehive, especially given the base series, and that the fact that we're dealing with two different races and having to try and figure out mental maturity is not my wheelhouse. Also, this is a short review. What do you want me to do? But I've addressed the elephant at least, so let's move on. The series is about twin half-demon sisters, Towa and Setsuna, but the two, as young girls, were playing and living in the forest because Sesshomaru was out for cigarettes and Rin just pieced out of there. But a demon started a forest fire and it led to the two of them being separated. While separated, Towa gets teleported to modern times because we gotta have someone be like Kagome, while Setsuna is left in feudal times to fend for herself. Cut to 10 years later, and Setsuna is a demon hunter working with the children of Miroku and Sanago, while Towa is a student living with Kagome's relatives. But a demon hunt leads Setsuna and Moroha, the daughter of Inuyasha and Kagome, getting sent into the modern times to pick up Towa so we can go do a plot. Three head back to feudal times, and then they realize, well, I guess we gotta stop some vague force trying to collect the rainbow pearls. These pearls having the ability to buff up a demon, and it just so happens that each of these girls have one. Additionally, Towa is looking to cure Setsuna's curse, because she can't sleep because of it, as the dream butterfly's curse has stolen her dreams. So Towa has to learn about them and how to break the curse. While she's at it, she might as well try to get in some quality sister bonding. As a story, it's fine. Seems to be reusing story beats from the base series, but oh well. The characters are established and each have a goal. Towa wants to cure Setsuna's curse, Setsuna wants to beat evil demons, and Moroha wants to pay off her debt by claiming the bounties on those demons. So we get the result of a Demon of the Week series as we encounter new demons who want the pearls that the girls have, and given the two of the three want to stop those demons, that's mission accomplished. That leaves only Towa's quest, so assuming we have occasional clues to point her closer to finding out how to break the curse, we meet goal 3. But that's not really the case. We get the fact that Kinemaro has control over these butterflies, so we need to visit him, but he doesn't like Sesshomaru, so he probably won't want to work with them, especially given his sister Zero wants to kill them, as she had a crush on Sesshomaru and he didn't want to date her, so screw his kids. While their agent Riku is trying to gather the 7 pearls to restore Zero's power, so conflict is bound to happen. Add in the fact that his 4 pearls are running amok, this attempts to tie in with Setsuna's and Morohara's goal. But being the 4 pearls don't really move Towa further. Towa doesn't learn anything new from them, it just cuts down the villain roster until we're left with the 3 previously mentioned foes. The only updates we get to this quest are Towa just reminding us, yep, gotta find that butterfly for my sister. Also, the villains aren't great. I'm not expecting amazing villains for their one-time appearance, but the perils themselves should be much more than they are. 2 of them are only around long enough for a cup of coffee. That leaves only Kantan and Totetsu. Totetsu is more of a comedic villain, but not awful, but I do like Kantan. He shows up thrice, and he has an actual history with our heroes. He also employs different strategies in each of these encounters, giving some variety to the fights, which the series needs. I would have personally liked to have seen him stick around, but oh well. But I also have a bit of a problem with Kinemaro. He's kind of bland, powerful for sure, but he only really interacts with the plot in the final moment, and he mainly sticks to plotting in the shadows. But I do think some thought was put into the series, as they made sure not to rely on old characters. As previously stated, Sanago is working on raising her family, while Miroki is trying to get some of his power back. Inuyasha and Kagome were too slow in telling Sesshomaru no writing us out of the series 3 times, so they're stuck in the limbo gym to be written in later, so the series can focus on its new characters and their history, and episodes dedicated to their lore are good, even if some of their development seems to disappear right after the episode. Looking at you, Moroha. Her rivalry with Kantan could have been some great long-term booking, but c'est la vie. But there are some examples of long-term booking at hand with the teacher character in the modern world, as well as Riku possibly turning to the good side, but we will have to wait and see how those points turn out. But as that just is implied, this seems to be only the first in what may be quite a few seasons, with a cliffhanger ending to boot. So the question is, am I excited for a second or more season? The answer is no. The reason I say this is that I just didn't really enjoy the series that much. The Demon of the Week plot just felt like holding patterns until it was boss time. Like I feel more needed to be done with Kinemaru's relation to the plot, or we needed a clearer representation of the progression to the goal. This is a bit weird because I asked my friends who watched Inuyasha if that was a problem with the original, but they told me that yeah, Inuyasha was Demon of the Week at times, but they had a solid goal with clear progression. So, for a series that's reusing parts of the original, you would think that they wouldn't be having this problem. But frankly, I don't see much reason to watch this series yet, unless you just wanted some new Inuyasha content. Maybe later seasons will be able to address this and use the positives it does have to its advantage. But at this juncture, I say hold off watching, as the first season has yet to sell me on anything.